I think if you go through history and you really have to choose when is the best time to be and who is the best kind of guy to be at that time, the top of the top really is the British officer in colonial India in like early 1700s. Those guys lived a charmed life. Because really, what did the British even do in India? Not a whole lot. They didn't really extract a whole lot of resources. They weren't building a whole lot of infrastructure. They were really just, they showed up and they just kind of hung out. It was just thousands of British guys just sort of doing whatever they felt like doing. Every guy just had like a bunch of little like Indian boys who would just, kind of pop up and help them out. And then, it's kind of weird in these days when you're talking about being around little boys, but it's like back then it wasn't that weird. That was just, kind of what people did. Yeah, you sit back and, the little boy brings you some tea, maybe some sort of, your favorite crackers. But really, they're just kind of down to hang out. I mean, what do they got to do, right? The rest of your family and your friends are back in England where it's all cold and it's raining all the time and you're at war with the French or something. But if you're the officer in India, you're on vacation just 24/7. You get to do whatever you want. The day starts with a nice breakfast served to you by your, little servant boys. They're probably not the best cooks, but, it's probably some sort of toast, maybe some sausages, mango, probably a lot of mango. At some point in the day, you have to do some actual business, which was mostly just like buying spices. And I mean, how hard is it to buy a spice, right? You just go up to a guy and you shake his hand and you say like, hey, let me get some turmeric and some, cayenne pepper, paprika. And the thing is, back then, food was so bland back in England that like they're down to put anything on their food as long as it doesn't taste like mush. So yeah, just get some garlic salt, a little bit of Old Bay, and then that's pretty much all the business you have to do for the entire day. Now that your work is done for the day, you can just, do some gambling, hang out with some guys, hustle a little bit. People back then loved playing games. There was a lot of sitting around tables and just sort of playing games for hours. And then, another guy would come by riding an elephant, probably tell you some stories. You really had no responsibilities as an officer back then. Because it's not like you were at war, where, you have to guard the fort or like, plan some sort of attack. It's like, no, you had all the perks of being in the military, but without any real responsibility. Because, I mean, at that point, India was already like, they had their own stuff going on. So the British were mostly just kind of staying out of the way. At some point, you have to write a letter home to your wife or something, and you got to act like you're all sad. It's like, my dearest Margaret, how I miss you. The savages in this country, they will never leave me alone, and the mosquitoes. My God, the mosquitoes. Every day is hell until I can come back to see you. They want to hear that, but in reality, these are the best days of your life. I mean, you're just, an officer in India. You don't got to go home to England for years. This rocks. I mean, let's be real. This is hooker central. You got money, you don't got to pay rent. All you've been doing all day is buying spices and just, skimming a little bit off the top. Then, once the night goes down, you stop by the red light district, pick up 2-3 chicks, and then you do whatever you want. I don't got to tell you what comes next, but you get down. Maybe you meet a couple girls you really like. You spend some time with them. You go out by the lake. You have them pick out the best mangoes they can find. And then you do that thing where you act like you've never had a mango before. Then you say, oh, what's this? This is delicious. And they know you've had mangoes before, but they'll play along. They're nice girls. They got that hash in India, that sticky stuff. It comes in a ball. You put that in your pipe, you ride around on an elephant for a while. You feel like the king of the world. Some of your buddies got sent to America where they have to fight somebody in Massachusetts. But not you. Now you pick the best post in the entire world, in India, where you get to just eat steak, drink some tea, wear a dumb hat. Nobody's shooting arrows at you or anything. This is the life. End of the night, you're chilling, pick up some more girls. Maybe you just want to hang out and talk to them now. You do whatever you want. You're the man. Doesn't get any better than this.